get started with our warm-up. So make sure you've got plenty of space around you so you're not going to hit anything or anyone. And we start with one arm here, as we always do. We're moving it around in the best circle that you can do, nice and gentle and controlled, and just moving it around. So easy movements, doing the best you can here to keep things moving. Excellent work. And as always, if you can't get a full circle, do a smaller one, a little one, whatever you can do. And don't worry if it's different than it was last week or has been before. Just go with whatever is happening today. And sometimes things change in our bodies on a day-to-day basis, hourly basis, even sometimes. And sometimes it's just out of our control. So we just do the best we can with what we've got in this moment. Let's still take that arm, but let's go the opposite way now. So keeping it moving, nice and controlled still. Excellent work. And we got some more people joining. For those who are joining, just join in where you're ready to. We've only just started as we switch over to the other arm and get that moving around as well. Good work. Welcoming those who have just joined us. Nice work. Let's change direction with that arm. Good work. Okay, now the best you can, reaching over towards the opposite shoulder. And if you can't reach all the way over, get to where you can. If that's the near shoulder or lower, however it is, do the best you can. But if that's too much to bring it up, you can always bring it across the front instead. The main thing here is to get an elbow bend in and get the shoulder moving at the same time. So this or this if it's too much on those shoulder joints. Good work, everyone. Okay, now what we're going to do is take one arm here, swinging it forwards, reaching up, and swinging it back down. If you can't reach above your head, just go to where you can. If that's a shorter one, just a little bit, or even if it's reaching up, but with a slightly bent arm, that's absolutely fine. And again, welcome to those who have just joined us here. Just join in where you're ready to. Good work. Okay, let's swap over to the other side now and continue that. And the same on this arm with those adaptations. Good work. Nice work. Okay, bringing it in for a hug. Arms out to the side. Start to involve that chest and upper back in these movements. Warming up those muscles. Excellent. Let's go into some shoulder rotations, going forwards. Nice. And then change direction, go the opposite way. Good. And we're going to add one more exercise in here, and I'll explain it while we're doing it. We're just going to start rotating the hands around. Doesn't really matter too much about how you do it. Just do it in one direction to begin with. The reason I wanted to add this in is because when we're using the pole and we're gripping stuff, we're moving our wrists around. And I was thinking after the session last week, it might be good to add this in because we are using these wrists if we're using the pole. So it just adds that little bit of extra warm up in there to make sure these are staying nice and healthy as well. Let's change direction if you haven't already. And again, it's just moving it around. It doesn't really matter too much about what we do here. We just want to get through a good range of motion, send some of that blood to it, like if you were here at yesterday's session we were talking about, and just getting them warmed up as well. Good. Let's give that a little shake out all the way up the arms and the hands, and I will get my pole or whatever we're using today, and if I will grab this timer, which I've already set up in that little bit at the beginning, and we will get started in 15 seconds time. We'll start as we always do, 5 out of 10 effort. Not too hard, not too easy, somewhere in between the two. Slowly building that heart rate up. In 10 seconds time we go, and we start with that paddling forwards. 5 out of 10 effort in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So just moving it around. Good work. And it's not going to feel like a lot to begin with here, but that's okay. As we go through, we start to build that heart rate up nicely, and we get a nice level of warmth in our body as the blood sends all the warmth around, as well as the oxygen and everything else that it carries as we come up to halfway through. And everything gets moving, and we can do building up basically the heart rate, building up the body, letting it know that there's some harder work ahead, and it's just preparing itself for it. 15 seconds to go on the next one. Same movement, opposite direction. 10 seconds now. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. And keeping it moving. And we're going to go for 14 minutes here on stage 1. We're going to keep it at 5 out of 10 all the way through. Just building that heart rate up all the way through this 14 minutes. But we may increase it. Yeah, we'll increase it on the last 4, but I'll explain that as we get into it. So sticking with 5 out of 10 still for the first 10 that we'll do at least. Coming up to halfway, keeping it at 5 out of 10 now. Excellent work, everybody. Right, we've got 20 seconds to go on the next one. We will switch up the exercises and do double arm forwards around in a circle, and keeping it moving at this 5 out of 10 pace. 10 seconds to go. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Going around in a circle together. Keep that going there. I'm just going to adjust my position. And the reason I always adjust my position, keep it going there with that, is just when I sit my bum a little bit forwards in the chair, I just get a little bit more support from the chair. And because my core isn't too good, that just helps me to do some of these exercises. Well, essentially demonstrate it better more than anything else, just so I could a bit more supported. But we're halfway through this one, keeping it going at that 5 out of 10 pace. 20 seconds to go. Good work. Coming into 10 seconds now. Next one, you might have guessed it, same movement, opposite direction in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. Keep moving. Good work, everybody. Doing excellent here. Let's keep that effort up as you're doing so. Keep things moving and doing the best we can here to stick at that 5 out of 10 effort. On the next one, we're going to go onto the paddling down to the left side like we're in a canoe. But we've still got another 30 seconds here for this double arm backwards one. 20 seconds to go. Good work, everybody. And by now you should start to feel that internal body temperature creep up, feeling a little bit warmer, maybe just breathing a little bit more. Not necessarily heavy, but just a little bit more focused. 3, 2, 1. Let's go into the paddling. Down to the left. And keeping it moving. Good. Make sure you get good range of motion on this. Imagine you have got a paddle on the end and you want to dig it in nice and far forwards, pull it far back, and then repeat through. Just because that gives us good range of motion in the shoulders and the arms, the elbow joint, the wrists are all getting good mobility in here. And that just helps us to, as we're at halfway through, just helps us to keep things moving through more joints, because the more joints we recruit, the more muscles we recruit, the more our body is working and getting all those benefits from the warm-up, what we're doing here. 12 seconds to go. Next one, we will swap over to the opposite direction, but we're doing that in another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swapping over. And then just keep it moving, just like so. Excellent work. And I know we always do a very similar warm-up, or we do some variation on this. But the reason why we do that is because it is a really effective way to warm up for one, but it also adds some familiarity to the workout. And over time, your body and your mind kind of get used to the patterns of things, and it kind of understands as you go through these workouts, it kind of knows that something else is coming a little bit, and it kind of helps us in the right direction to be prepared for it. So there's lots of different reasons why we do the warm-up the same, but that's the main one. But we like to switch it up on the bit afterwards to keep it interesting. Okay, 10 seconds to go on the next one. Staying at 5 out of 10, but we're going to do some punching forwards, alternating hands in 3, 2, 1. So punch one, then the other, alternating through. Good work. And also we did that warm up with our wrists. So obviously here our wrists are moving a little bit as you're punching forwards. On the other ones they're moving as well. So it's good to get that warm up in. But sometimes with the holding the pole on maybe on exercises like this, if you're causing any pain or discomfort, feel free to put the pole down and you can do it without. There's no shame in that whatsoever. So there's certain exercises that maybe aggravate it or don't feel comfortable or whatever it may be. Just don't be afraid just to pop that pole down and continue moving without it. So that's an option for you there. Good work. 15 seconds to go on the next one. We're going to keep the punching going, but instead we're going to come across our body, and I'll show you that as we get into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to come across. So it's very similar, but instead of going forwards, we come across the body. And maybe get a little bit of rotation in the core there as well. So as you're punching over, look over to that side, one side, then the other. And that's going to help recruit even more muscles. Like I said, we're recruiting the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists. But if we do a bit of twisting there, we also incorporate that spinal movement as well. And that just helps to bring more things into the mix. Halfway through this one. Good work, everybody. Keeping it moving. On the next one, we're going to keep that punching theme, but we're going to be punching up above our head. And that's in 15 seconds time. Good work. 10 to go now. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Punching up. And punching up the best that you can do as well. So if you can't reach all the way above your head, if it's only up to head height, shoulder height, chest height, wherever it may be, do the best that you can do with the extension here. That's all we can ask from you, doing what you can do. And again, if it's this one, maybe punching forwards or punching to the side was fine for the wrists, but this one might not be for whatever reason, you're more than welcome to pop the pole down again. Good. Okay, we're over halfway now, as the timer mentioned. So we are going to go into The last one at 5 out of 10. I'll explain during this one what we're going to be doing for the last 4. Well, that is a pretty simple explanation when I get to it, but we're going to stay at 5 out of 10 effort for this next one. We're going to be punching down, alternating hands, and I'll show you that as we get into it in 2, 1, off we go. So punch down one side of the lap, then the other side. I like to go a little bit forwards as I'm punching, so I'm not punching straight down. I'm punching a little bit forwards. Just get a little bit more range of motion in those arms there. But again, you can always do it without the pole if you find that easier to do so. Okay. On the last 4 here, so we've done 10, we've got 14 total. So 4 more to go. We're going to go back to the beginning with our exercises, but we're going to increase the pace here up to around about 7 or 8 out of 10. So fairly intense, just for 4 minutes. That's really going to build that heart rate up as we go into the next bit of the session. And it will be fairly intense. So make sure you keep that heart rate up. Make sure those arms are moving, not maximum pace, but a lot more intense than we're doing now. So paddling forwards in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Paddling forwards, picking up that pace around about 7 or 8. So it should be fairly intense, especially for 4 minutes worth of work. That's okay. We are more than ready to be able to deal with those sort of things because we've done that warm up that we just did there to help elevate the heart rate, get the body moving, and get things going in terms of pace. We're coming up to halfway through this one. Try and remain focused on keeping that intensity. Don't let yourself drop off the pace as we go through the second half of this first minute here. Just trying to keep it up, keep it going, and doing the best we can to stick with that 7 or 8 out of 10. So what I mean by that is we're kind of halfway between that 5 out of 10 and maximum effort. So that's 7 or 8 out of 10 here. Okay, we're going to be changing direction. 2, 1, change direction, and keep it moving. Good. Keep that intensity up. Don't let yourself drop off this pace. Keep it moving, and you'll soon feel that the heart rate increases even more. The body temperature increases. You start to breathe a little bit more, and it's sometimes easier to remain focused when it gets into this sort of phase of things because you can't help but focus on the intensity. So keep that in mind, keep the intensity up and keep it moving. We've got another 25 seconds and then 2 more minutes after this one where we're going to do the double arm forwards round in a circle first of all. And then on the last one, I'll let you choose the exercise, but I'll give you my option as well. But 10 seconds to go on this one. Double arm forwards around in a circle for the next one in 4, 3, 2, 1. So both round together. Keep that intensity up. Keep things moving. You are doing fantastic. So let's keep that going here. Good. Okay. So for the last one, we want to make sure this intensity is staying there. But for the last one, what we're going to be doing is double arm forwards, double arm overhead, or you can choose the exercise you want to do. So if there's a particular one you like, go for that one. But if you don't know what to choose, or your favorite one just so happens to be the double arm forwards, double arm overhead, I don't mind. Choose what you want to do for this next one. And we will get going in 15 seconds time. And keeping at this 7 or 8 out of 10 effort. Are you ready to change in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Off we go. Forwards and up. Keeping it moving. Keeping things at that 8 out of 10 pace. And again, if this exercise isn't for you, it's not too late to change it if you want to do something different. But I know this is a fairly popular one, so I can see why people like to do it. Good. 40 seconds to go before we end this 14 minutes with our heart rates up and ready for the next bit where we're going to increase this intensity again. 30 seconds to go. And then I will get the timer set up and we'll have a little drinks break so you can quickly get a drink after this minute. I'll get the timer set up and then we get into it. I don't want to let that heart rate drop, so we won't take too much time.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good work. Let's keep ourselves hydrated. And I will get this timer ready to go. And I'll explain it as we do it. Good. So, on the next bit, we're going to be doing some intervals, but we're going to be changing intervals into 15 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. For the work period, so the first 15 seconds, we're going to go maximum effort, so as hard and as fast as you possibly can. And for the second 15 seconds, we're going to have some rest, okay? And we are going to be doing a fair number of rounds on this. So we're going to be doing 20 rounds, so it's going to be pretty intense, but that's really going to shoot that heart rate up in terms of beats per minute. And it's also going to help us to really get some good intervals in here. And it's a little bit different. I don't think we've done this 15 seconds before. Sorry, I just realized I was drinking that right in front of the camera for you. So yeah, 15 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, maximum effort on the first 15 seconds, completely resting on the second. We're going in 15 seconds time. Let's start from the beginning again. Keep things simple with the exercises, but focus on that pace. We're going to be going in 8 seconds from now. So get yourself ready into position in 4, 3, 2, 1. As fast as we can. Move those arms around. Good start, everybody. Keep that intensity high. Keep those hands blurry on the screen. That's what we like to see. All the way through to the end in 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. Excellent work. That's our first one done. We're going to stick with this exercise. So still going forwards, paddling forwards. We'll do a couple of each just to keep things easier for me as well, remembering exercises. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Excellent work. Keep that intensity up. Keep things moving. Doing great so far. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. Great start. You've got an idea of how we're doing it now. Let's keep that intensity up. We'll change the direction on the exercise we're doing. So going backwards paddling in 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Get those arms moving. Excellent stuff. So we're really increasing that heart rate by going as fast as we can, as intense as we can. And then we're having a little bit of rest, just enough so we can go as fast as we can again on the next one. 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. And we'll go again with that exercise, paddling backwards as we just did then. Okay, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Excellent stuff. Keep it moving. Keep those arms going as fast as you can. Good work, everybody. 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. Next one, we're going to use some punching forwards, alternating hands. So punching the best you can. We are going to be going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So nice and quick, nice and fast. Get those arms moving. Don't worry about how you look. Worry about how fast you're going. We all look a bit silly doing these exercises, but that's absolutely fine because we're doing it together. In 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good stuff. Next one, we'll keep it doing 2 of each. Just gives my brain a second to catch up with it all. And we go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good stuff. Excellent work. Keep it moving. Keep things going in 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good stuff. Alrighty. On the next one, what we'll do is we're going to both arms around in a circle. Yes, we haven't done that one yet. And we go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good work. As fast as you can. 10 seconds left of this 15. Keep it moving, nice and quick. And 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. Next one, same movement. We're going to do exactly the same. And we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good work. Keep it moving. You're doing absolutely fantastic so far. Let's keep that intensity high as we go through this last 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. Next 2 that we'll do, same movement, opposite direction. And we'll be going in 5 seconds from now. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good work. Keep it moving. And 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. Okay. On this next one, we'll go back to our punching, but instead of forwards, we'll go up above our head. Are you ready? We're going in 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good work. Keep it moving. 3, 2, 1. Resting there. And we do the same again on the next one. Did I miss one out? Did I? Think no. Okay, I'm getting confused with the timer. Okay, we go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Punching up again. I didn't think I did. I don't know what's going. I do plan these sessions. I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes, but 3, 2, 1. Resting there. It's always on the fast bits I get confused. On the slower bits, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I got time to think. But the fast bits, brain's trying to catch up with itself. Okay, on the next one, we're going to do the punching across our body. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So punching it across as fast as you can, keeping it moving. Excellent work. And 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good stuff. Okay, on the next one, we do the same again. Keep things going. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good stuff. Keep it moving. Fast as you can. 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Next one, we'll do the punching down. And keep it doing the best we can here on this. Good. Keep that intensity high. You're doing really good so far. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Nice and fast. All the way through to the end. Keep that intensity high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Next one, we're going to do the same again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Nice work. Keep it moving. Keep everything going as fast as you can. And 3, 2, 1. Resting there. And then we go on to the next one. We'll do double arm forwards, double arm up on this next one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. And the next one, we do the same again. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good work. And 3, 2, 1. Resting there. The next one, we'll do the circles around clockwise. And we do this in 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good work. Keep it moving. And 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Change direction. I definitely missed one out. There's 2 to go, and we've only got 1 more of these ones to go. So we'll go the opposite way on this one, and then we'll do a different one on the last one. 3, 2, 1. So counterclockwise. Off we go. See, you got me speaking your language now as well, saying counterclockwise. Keeping it moving. Nobody's going to understand me in this country anymore. 3, 2, 1. Resting there. And we've got one last one to go, and we'll make it whichever one you want to do. I'm going to go for the forwards and up again. I really like that one, so I'll go for that one if you want to choose that one. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good work. Last one. Keeping it fast. Keeping it moving. All the way through to the end. And 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good. I need a longer rest period so I can think better on that one, I think, rather than actually having them. Good. Anyway, as I always say, the exercises themselves are less important than the intensity of the exercise. So that's a good lesson in that. Okay. Turn everything into a teachable moment. So good work, everybody. Hello.
Before you know it, you're going to be calling prawns shrimp.
Yes. And I'll be saying y'all before it. I won't do my accent. I could do a good Irish accent, but I won't terrorize you with that either. So okay, right. We are gonna go for something a little bit longer now on this next bit. So we've done the short, fast bit. Our heart rates are up nice and in intensity. And we are gonna go for a 2-minute period. And then we are gonna do this 6 times 3. So that's going to be 12 minutes total. That's going to take us almost through to the end of this session. So we're going to do a 2-minute bit. We're going to alternate between using our pole and not using our pole. So have some way you can pick it up and put it down easily. If that's tricky, because I know sometimes with lacquer grip, it is difficult to put something down, then pick it up and put it down, pick it up. Just don't use the pole for the pole bits, but we are starting with it, so you can always use it for the first one, then chuck it away and not use it again. So whatever's easiest for you on this. So we're going to go 2 minutes of the exercise, and we're going to go 6 rounds total. That makes 12 minutes. For this, I want that kind of 7 or 8 out of 10 pace that we did towards the end of the warm-up. So fairly intense for 2 minutes. And then we're going to have a we're going to just be changing straight away into another one. So it's going to be fairly intense for a fairly long time, 12 minutes total. So I want you just do the best you can. And if you find at any point that you can't hold that 7 or 8 out of 10 pace, just drop it down slightly. So maybe to like 6 or 7 out of 10, and then drop it down again if you need to. But just do the best you can to hold it at that intense pace all the way through. It will be tough. It's not going to be easy to go through that sort of length and intensity, but just do the best you can. And if you do need to take any breaks, whether it's for hydration or rest, just do so, and you can always join back in. Just because you stopped doesn't mean you have to stop completely. You can always just join back in when you're ready. So it's kind of up to you how intense you want this to be. And again, we'll be changing through the exercises, swapping things in and out, and doing the best we can. Good. I explained a lot, but as always, I'll explain as we go through this as well. We'll start with the poles. We'll start with our nice simple exercise just to keep you getting into it nice and easy to begin with the explanations and that. And then we'll be mixing some other bits and pieces in. Here we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So paddling forwards and about 8 out of 10 efforts. So fairly intense, not our maximum effort that we just did, but that fairly intense pace that we did towards the end of the warm-up. So get that moving And we will start to build that heart rate back up again. Get things moving, get things nice and intense, and doing the best we can to hold it through this session. Good work. So there is a lot of time what we're going to be here for. So plenty of time for me to talk again, as those who came to yesterday's session will probably sick of my voice. But we're going to keep moving here. Good work, everybody. I can see some great intensity there. We're coming up to our first minute. We're going to keep going though, because we're going 2 minutes on each exercise. So just keep it paddling around, doing the best you can. And we're coming up to our first minute. So we're staying with this exercise. That's 1 minute down of 12 minutes total. Doing really good so far. Keep that intensity high. Excellent work. And there will be a little transition phase, when we pick up or put down our pole. So don't worry too much about it. I'm just going to find where I'm putting this pole so I can grab it again easily for the next bit. So just launch it across the room. Just put it down somewhere you can grab it again in a second. Good work. So we've got 25 seconds to go. On the next exercise, we are going to do our sit skis. So that's the ones where we put our arms up and through and down and back. And I will guide you in it as we get to it in 12 seconds time. So keep that intensity, keep the intensity up. 8 out of 10 seconds still. Make sure you do it on the next exercise as well. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Popping that pole down. If I can do it into the sit skis, I'll demonstrate that first. So swinging it up, just like so. And I'm going to put my pole here so I don't. If it goes on the floor, I'll be there for ages. Good work. Excellent work. You guys already knew. You were already on this exercise before I got there. Good work, everybody. We're we're 30 seconds into this 2-minute bit here. So doing great so far. Keep that intensity up. And it may be that you have to go faster than you think on this to get up to that 8 out of 10. So sometimes with this one, it can be easy just to get into a bit of a rhythm. Try and push through that rhythm a little bit and pick up that pace. Okay, now we're coming up to halfway through. So we've done 1 minute of this exercise, 3 minutes total. And keeping it moving. Good work, everybody. So in the warm-up, we slowly built up that heart rate. During the speedy bit, we really peaked that heart rate up high. And the idea of this bit is to hold it up high. That's going to be doing great work for our cardiovascular system, making sure we've got good endurance and making sure that we can essentially build up the things we need to do, build up our body to be able to do the things we want to do day to day, essentially. So, if you want to be pushing a manual wheelchair, or if you just want to be able to be alert and awake for the full day, these are the exercises that are going to help do that. Okay, we're going to grab our pole again in 5 seconds, and we're going to do double arm forwards round. 3, 2, 1, grabbing the pole. And I'll do it here. Both arms around together in a circle. I wanted to demonstrate before I turned around again. Get you guys moving on it. Good work. So again, if you haven't already, sometimes after the transition, we can go slower. So we just want to pick that back up to that 8 out of 10 pace. Keep the intensity on. Don't let ourselves drop off that. And keeping it up the best we can. Remembering if you do need to take a break, don't feel ashamed that you're doing so. It's perfectly natural if you need to. But try and join back in as quickly as possible. And if you need hydration as well, or whatever it may be, make sure you're getting what you need to maximize this session. Good. And if you need to slow down the pace at any point as well, that's absolutely fine. It might still feel like 8 out of 10 effort, but you might be going slow, and that's absolutely okay. Halfway through this particular one, you guys are doing great so far. Let's keep that intensity up. as we just went past 5 minutes. And we're almost at 6 minutes. And that halfway point. You're thinking, halfway? Surely not. Good work. 30 seconds to go on this one. We'll pop our poles in a reachable position. And then on the next one, we're going to go into those adapted burpees. That's where we reach down to the floor, reach up above our head. You guys know the drill by now. Fairly sure nobody here is new. And we're changing that in 10 seconds time. So adapted burpees next. And if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to show you as we get into it in 3, 2, 1. Popping the pole down, reaching to the floor, reaching above the head, keeping it going. And that was a nice smooth transition for me, that one. Didn't take too long. Good work. Good stuff, everybody. Keep that moving. Whether that's moving your arms, moving around the room because you're causing the momentum and you haven't got your brakes on. Good work. 2 minutes of burpees is going to be fairly intense at this pace. It's a lot of movement and a lot of different muscles. So just keep on it, do the best you can, and keep things moving. You guys are doing great. I can see all of you on my screen if you've got your camera on. So that's really handy for me to check that you're doing this as good as you can do. Fantastic. Keep it moving. If you need to use that assistance with your arms on your lap at any point, that's not a problem. Keep it going. Good work. You guys are doing awesome today. This session is not easy to hold this pace for a long time, but you're managing to do it well. It's going to do wonders for that cardiovascular system that we talked about, helping you to be able to do things for longer. Even if that's just exist during the day, you'll be able to do it for a longer period of time with more energy. Good. Well, we're going to grab our poles again in 15 seconds. So get ready to do that. And we're going to do our forwards and up for this next one, which is going to be fairly tough again. And 3, 2, 1, grabbing the pole. And we go double arm forwards, double arm overhead. So forwards and up. And you might not feel it yet, but this has the potential to be a real arm burner towards the end of these 2 minutes. Especially if you feel it when we're doing the pyramid set, because each pyramid set takes about 1 minute 45. So we've got an extra 15 seconds of it afterwards. So you might feel it a little bit, but that's all right. We're going to keep it moving. We're all in it together here, pushing through the best we can and keeping things moving nicely. Excellent work, everybody. And just in case you are watching like on a phone or a tablet where you can and you only see me, you don't see everybody else on the screen. We do have, how many people today? 4 that way, 4. Oh, that's easy to figure out. We've got 16 people, including me. So there's 16 of us all working out together, all pushing ourselves the best we can. That's excellent stuff. Good work, keeping it moving. We've got another 40 seconds here. And we're coming up to that sort of time where I said that it takes to do a pyramid set. So we're going to push through what that usually takes. And it probably feels right about now how it feels during a pyramid set. But we've still got another 25 seconds to go. And we're going to keep pushing it through. You're doing excellent work. "15 seconds. We've got one more block of 2 minutes to go. We're going to do the sitting jacks, because why not do another exercise that makes your arm burn towards the end? But we're going to change in that in 3, 2, 1. Changing over. Sitting jacks now. I don't need to worry about the pole. This is the last one. And this is going to finish us off nicely for today's hard work, not completely. Good work all the way through, doing the best we can. So it's our last, well, 1 minute 36. So we want to make sure this last bit here, we are giving it all we've got. This is the last bit of hard work for today. So don't leave anything on the table. Push all the way through. Even if you want to pick up that pace a little bit, however you want to do it, but try and maintain it all the way through to the end. Don't let yourself drop off now. You've done all the good stuff for the last 5 minutes. Well, sorry, longer than that, 10 minutes-ish. No, 11 minutes. There we go. I'll get the maths right eventually. We've got 1 more minute to go. Good work. Last 50 seconds. Keep pushing through. Feel that burn in the arms and the shoulders. And keep it going. You're doing absolutely great. Good work. 30 seconds to go. Almost there to the finish line. Let's push through. Keeping it moving. Doing it all together. Don't worry if your arms can't come all the way up because they feel like lead. Just keep moving them. However works for you in this moment. 15 seconds to go. Almost there. Good work, everybody.
10 seconds.
10 seconds as the timer says. And all the way through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Good work, everybody. Let's just do a little bit where we just do it nice and easy. We don't have to use our pole. I'm just moving this out of the way. But let's just keep things moving for a second. Choose your exercise, just something that feels nice and easy to use. However that is, whether that's punching forwards, moving the arms, just even doing just gentle movements. We just do, you can mix and match it. Well, I just want you to keep moving however feels good to you. I'm just going to do some gentle sit skis, but if you want to just do different movements, if that's just some punching or whatever, I just want to bring that heart rate down. It's quite high at the moment, probably. So we just want to bring it down into a little bit of a softer landing because that was fairly intense. We're going to do this for about a minute here, maybe even a little bit longer. And essentially what we're doing is just like when a plane lands, we don't want it just to slam into the ground. We want it to land nice and softly so the captain can have his clap at the end. I don't know about anybody else, but every single flight I seem to have an Australian pilot. I don't know why. do they only do swimming and aircraft? Is that what they do? I don't know. Excellent work. So bringing it down, let's reduce it a little bit more now. Bring that intensity down a little bit and just bringing it nice and slowly into the end. Good work. Good. Let's just give us some shoulder rotations there. Just to make sure we are doing a nice easy exercise just to bring it down. And as you're doing this, let's start to introduce our breathing as well. Nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, slowing it down. And let's change direction with those shoulder rotations. Keep that breathing going. Try and make it nice and deep there with it. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And whilst we're doing it, rather than saving it to the end, next week is our last week of this block. I know, I'm very sad about it as well, especially because I haven't been here for most of it. But if you're doing the mindful movement sessions, I'll still be in this room. But this session next week, it won't change for you. I'll just be in a different location. There's a big conference here in the UK for disability called NAIDEX, and I'll be up there talking to people essentially about wheelchair fitness and trying to drum up a bit of business and also maybe try and get some bigger corporations in the UK to fund some stuff similar to what we do to this, but in the UK as well, for all those people as well and other countries as well. So yeah, I'll be here. I may be a little bit hoarse in the throat because I've been talking all day. So just to pre-warn you, but if you think I'm chatty during these sessions, you see me at a conference. Good work. Okay, let's bring that down now. Do some breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth if you haven't already. And let's do a little bit of neck mobility to finish off today's session. Looking up, looking down, and back and forth between the two. Just nice, easy movements. The best that you can do. Good work. Let's do a little bit of rotation, looking side to side. And then let's do our lateral flexion, one ear to one shoulder, to the other shoulder, back and forth. And ease out of it. Maybe give ourselves another little shake off, feel how it is. And hopefully now the heart rate's dropped a bit, feeling a bit more relaxed towards the end of the session. That's really important as well, that little bit of it at the end. It can be easy sometimes just be like, you know what, I've done the workout, why do I need to cool down? But it's transitioning our nervous system is the main thing there that we're trying to do. We're essentially in fight or flight mode when we do the exercise. Adrenaline's going, everything's pumping through our body, which is great when we're exercising. But when we want to relax afterwards and make sure we're getting everything we need, we don't want to be in fight or flight mode through the next half an hour to an hour, because otherwise we get anxious and start to like look around the walls like someone's coming in. So essentially what we want to do is calm down, bring that heart rate down. It sends all the messages to the body that it needs to, that nothing is to worry about. We can reduce that adrenaline, we can reduce everything, and help relax us. So really important. And the best way to do that is the breathing. That's the thing that tricks our brain essentially, because when we were cavemen running away from saber-toothed tigers and that, there'd be no point during that where you'd be like doing a nice, deep, relaxing breathing session. So the idea of that is that, once it's over, our body wants to relax and it kind of tricks our brain and then goes out. Time to switch over to the other half of our nervous system and start to relax things down. So that's what it's all about there. But yeah, all good.